So we are going through a very challenging period for the gas markets, and LNG shipping in particular seems to be at its greatest era. We have many orders, a great order book ahead, but also a fleet that is practically completely employed. And ahead of the winter, it seems more LNG flows will trade between US, Europe and Asia. Eventually we expect to have a very strong market for the next few years. Also take into account the new regulations that will put further pressure on existing tonnage. So with regard to LNG as fuel, we are going through some stagnation, primarily due to the fact that the LNG price is today at its record highs. But on the other hand, we see many orders, and the order book mix of LNG fueled ships increases. So we have a greatest share today, a dominant share in some segments like car carriers, and a quite significant share for container ships. So we expect this trend to continue, especially since the first carbon pricing measures like EU ETS and other regulatory measures come into place. So with regard to LNG as fuel, the key risks are methane emissions, which is practically a competitive disadvantage for the use of LNG as fuel. But if we manage, and there are ways and technologies developed as we speak, if we manage to mitigate this risk, there will be for sure a brighter future ahead. Risk, as we have a risk as well with supply and pricing, but with regard to opportunities, LNG has a bio pathway through bio LNG, a synthetic pathway through synthetic LNG, so we may see greener variants of LNG in the future, and at the same time it is also a solution that is applicable if carbon capture technologies develop. So with regard to recent developments, we have seen great activity in the field of methanol and ammonia, while there are discussions and perhaps projects ahead for hydrogen. So we had a few, starting from, let's say, the less developed right now. Starting from hydrogen, we had a few coastal ships cases, and we are now working on ferries that will use hydrogen, and then we work on methanol and potential retrofits as well. But the key perhaps prospect that we see is ammonia. We work within the Castor initiative for new designs that will use ammonia as fuel. Of course, there's still a long way to go. Development of technology, development of the right framework of regulations, the bunkering supply chain of ammonia. There are a number of boxes that we need to tick, but we need to accelerate our effort towards that direction.